Hey, what is going on, everybody? Today we have some interesting news regarding Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes, that's right, not the TV show, but the event that was mentioned in the blog post some time ago. We finally have some more details regarding this event that is probably coming fairly soon, and I want to talk about exactly what this is and try to get you guys ready for what's to come and kind of what to expect from this as well. Also, the characters you're going to need to potentially gear and level if you haven't already. So with that out of the way, let's get this show started. Alright, and thank you, Alex, for bringing this to my attention the other day. And here we are on msf.gg. If you don't really recognize the website here, they had posted via some data mines and some other things. They posted this up on the website, so if you need to, you can always check this out on your own time as well. So if you go to the missions window, the missions campaigns section here, I know it's kind of cut off at the top. You can go, and on the right hand side it says event campaigns, and it says Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So when you click on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it just brings up this page here. But there's going to be 3 events that are able to be done at player level 50. I believe this means commander level 50. 65 and 75. They're 3 different events that require only the use of Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, and Captain America. I don't think you need all 4 of them to even launch the event, but these are the only 4 characters that you can use for this. So this is quite interesting because, you know, on the back of the Dark Matter milestone, a lot of us were like, wow, you know, they're giving us a 5 red Baron Zemo. That's really generous. So maybe this is why, because this was leading up to this event. And also they had made mention about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier event during previous blog posts and things like that without really any detail about that. And there still really isn't. So maybe this will actually be more fleshed out on Friday's blog post. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But now we do have some information regarding on who we're going to be using for this specifically. You know, I thought maybe it was just going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier, but no, we're getting 4 characters for this. So let's click on just the first level just to, you know, see what's going on. So, oh, I realize it's asking me to sign into my account here. Okay, let's go back to the. Let's go back to this. I don't know why it asked me to do that. There we go. Okay, let's get back. And here we are. So the first thing that you'll notice is the rewards section. Now, this is a little bit confusing, and I hope that this isn't accurate. Guaranteed 2 ABCs and a chance of 1 T3 ability material for a level 50 event. I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing, let's say a 2-week event, something that you can do every single day, like a, I don't know, 3 attempts every single day, and you get this. Honestly, that part of the event, I'm unsure. So based on what I'm seeing here, I hope this isn't a one-time thing because this sounds pretty awful. But let's scroll down a little bit anyway. So in terms of the enemies that you're gonna see, well, you see a Baron Zemo here with 12k with some Hydra minions. You see a Crossbones, Winter Soldier and some more Hydra minions, and then that's it. That's like for the first level. So 6-10 enemies on the first level, and you can only use those 4 characters that I mentioned. Now, if you do click on them, of course, it tells you their general stats and things like that. And actually, in terms of boost, they have reduced health and damage. So they're actually a little bit easier than standard enemies. So, you know, a decrease of 10% damage. And then here you can see their ability stats as well. So they're not too hard, especially for this first level. This is about 10 to 12k in enemy power. So realistically, you probably would need about 15k on each of your characters probably to get through this, because none of them actually have sustain. Falcon, Winter Soldier, actually Cap might have a little bit if you're using healer ISOs, but other than that, these characters don't really have any way to heal themselves. But obviously you're going to want to use Baron Zemo if you have him, because he just obliterates minion characters. So any level or event that has any minions, Baron Zemo is going to trash them, no questions asked. You know, they're just going to rock them. So let's move on to the second one here. And I hate that it goes all the way back there. So the second one is called Worth a Shot. Now this is recommended for players level 65. I think you need it just to get in, but I mean that probably means like a character level 65 is recommended as well. So we can see this one here, and this one changes a little bit. So the rewards go up to 550 ions, and then a chance of 5 SBCs, 2 T4s, and 350 Armory 14 Orb Fragments. Again, they're just 3 event levels, so I don't know what this means, if this is going to allow you to farm this every single day or not. you know, who knows? We'll have to wait and see about that one. But what's really important is we can see the enemies that are involved in this. So this one gets a little bit harder. You see that the main characters are about 37 to 40k power here, and the minions are at about 20k power or so. But here we have a Falcon and a War Machine, and then 6 Hydro Scientists on the first wave. There's an X-23, and I also want to mention that they have ISOs as well, the main characters. We have an X-23, we have a Rescue, and then on the final wave we have Cap, Nick Fury, Taskmaster, and 4 more Hydro Scientists, just healing everyone. So this seems like it's a little bit harder. And it also tells you about the turn meter. It almost seems like they spawn with full turn meter on this first wave, so that's pretty crazy. So if you look at the Taskmaster, for example, it'll give you some stuff about the boost. So they're getting 25% less normal health, damage, and all this. So this is a total of, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 13, 17 enemies. So you're probably going to be looking at, you know, a team that you're going to need at least 40k or so to clear this node. And this is like, I guess, the medium difficulty. So again, unsure if these rewards are guaranteed or not. You know, I don't know if this is tentative or how it's going to be worked. If we're going to have 3 attempts on it per day over a set number of days, who knows? You'll have to wait and find out more info about that. Now we get the final one, and again, I have to keep going back here. It's called Multidimensional Military. This is the level 3 or the highest level event, and this requires player level 75, and it's quite tough. So guaranteed 1,000 ions, 5 SBCs and 2 T4s. Hey, wait a second. Is that lower than the previous one? So I don't know if this is entirely accurate or not. I really hope it's not. But anyways, now we're fighting enemies that are gear tier 14, and things start to get a little bit crazier. So we start off with 5 Hydra minions. There's 2 Rifle Troopers, 2 Grenadiers, and a Sniper. And they're at 66k or so, level 75, gear tier 14 with red stars. And then on wave 2 we have a Crossbones. Is that gear tier 15? That circle almost looks like 15, but if you click on them again, you see this boost on the side here, so health minus 30%, damage minus 20%, so it won't be as crazy, but still a 95k Crossbones, an 85k Groot, and they do have ISOs as well, level 5 ISOs, level 5 Raider, which means he's going to crit harder, so that's kind of crazy. And you can see here on the abilities, 7775 abilities. Groot is also a level 5 Protector, which means he's going to get Barrier on his turn, 86k, and then Squirrel Girl is a Skirmisher here, and 98k, 7775 for the abilities. So, and then the final wave, we have a Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, Cap, and Red Skull. So what's interesting about this is that these are the 4 characters you can use for the event. Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, Cap, and then Red Skull is extra. So, and they all have what seems to be a more general sort of ISO set. So Cap as Skirmisher, this is kind of weird, but like Zemo, Winter Soldier, and Falcon all have Raider, which is going to be crazy for the extra damage. And they're gear tier 15, level 80, anywhere from 80 to 100k. This is going to be really, really hard. Like, I don't even know if I can clear this. Even though I have a G15 Baron Zemo, I don't know if he's going to carry it over my G12 Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Cap. I'm not sure, you know, this is something that I'll have to record as well when this event comes out. And there's a Red Skull here as well, so that's pretty crazy. But if you have a really strong Baron Zemo, I imagine this is probably going to make the hugest deal here. And a lot of people are gearing up Baron Zemo anyways for Dark Dimension 3 or 4. So he is a very strong character, and we do have that 5 red that was available from the Dark Matter milestone if you managed to pick that up, hopefully. So yeah, there's some crazy wave info here, especially for this last level. You know, that's a total of 5, 6, 7, 8... 13 characters on a team that doesn't really have any healing sustain, so this could be pretty bonkers, and we'll have to wait and see, of course, like everything else, how difficult this is, and these rewards don't seem all that enticing, so hopefully that's not what it actually ends up being, or you can do it multiple times a day or something like that. But anyways, this is just the first half of the video, and the second half of the video, I want to go over those 4 characters specifically here, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, and Captain America, and kind of look at mine, but also see, based on what the information we have here, how far you might want to take them in terms of gearing and abilities. So let's jump over there really quickly. Okay, so here is my roster. Now, we won't be checking them out in any particular order, but let's start from strongest to weakest, in my opinion. So, Baron Zemo, obviously is one of the big powerhouses of the 4 characters that you can use for this event. Now, me personally, you know, I have him at Gear Tier 15. I've been using him in Dark Dimension 4 Global. He is very good there, and in general, a great, you know, all-around character that you probably want to build anyways. So, in terms of your resources for this event, Baron Zemo is probably who's going to want to get most of this if you haven't already. Now, in terms of what you want to put into him, though, you know, outside of levels and Gear Tier, the True Leader, his passive is something that you're really going to want to have, because not only does it increase the amount, my head's in the way, but increases the amount of damage on his passive explosion. It clears an extra positive effect from all enemies, and it gives him speed up and non-minion Hydra allies. In this case, is going to be Winter Soldier with those 4 characters, but that's still really important anyways for a long fight. So he's just super crazy. He obliterates minions, you know, and his kit is really, really strong. Not to mention he's a really great war offense character anyways. Now, the only reason why I put the T4s into his alt premeditation, it's not really all that necessary. If you are going to be using him in Dark Dimension, specifically 4, you know, this is something that you're probably going to want to pick up at some time, because it does rebound. Again, my head's in the way. Rebounds to a 4th adjacent target. My head's just right there. You know, so while that might not seem like a lot, it does add a fair bit up, at least in Dark Dimension. Now, with regards to this event, probably don't need it. The special, also really good, but not necessary. You know, it's a huge whopping plus 160% damage to non-minion primary to minion primary target, and an extra 80% to non-minions. But yeah, whether or not you actually need this for this event, you probably don't. And same with the basic, you don't really need that. But overall, I would definitely recommend putting more gear into Baron Zemo, because if you did complete the Dark Matter milestone or get up to that point, you would have got a 5 red for him there. So that's a really solid way of getting a strong Zemo. Now, second up, in terms of usefulness, I'm actually going to say Falcon. So he actually is pretty good in the sense that you don't actually need to invest too much in him. T4 wise, you don't need Red Wing. I did this a long time ago. This was a bit of a mistake on my part, because it's just a flat 5% speed bar. I thought it was going to be more than that. I thought that it was going to be 5% per enemy here, and not at the first bit. So, you know, Falcon has lots of turn bar with Red Wing. You know, he actually does some decent damage, but you don't really need to do any T4s at all in him, which is great in terms of an investment standpoint. But gear-wise, from that final event, it looks pretty challenging. So I don't even know if my Falcon is going to be good enough. Maybe combined with my Baron Zemo, it might be, but I might have to actually pump in actual levels into him to get his stats higher. As you guys know, when you get to level 71 to 74, that's primarily a focused resistance boost, but anything 76 and beyond up to 80 gives you flat stat boosts. On top of that, I would recommend Falcon as a raider because of his ultimate, allowing to hit multiple targets and critting more frequently. So in terms of ISOs, and I forgot to mention as well for Baron Zemo, also a raider ISO in my opinion as well, because of the crits on his passive. Thirdly, I'm going to talk about Captain America here. So I have him in a healer ISO because I use him in a Wave 1 Avengers war defense team here. But what you do with the ISO is entirely up to you. I prefer healer personally. Again, I have him at Gear Tier 12, level 70. I should probably pump a couple more levels into him. I don't know if this is going to be enough for the final level. I don't know if any of what I have is going to be enough. But in terms of T4s, he doesn't really need anything in my opinion. But you could, if you were going to get any, I think it's probably going to be the passive. It gives him an extra 10% block amount, and in war, a lot of war stuff here. So other than that, it depends on where you use him elsewhere. The passive would probably be the only thing that I would really recommend. He is getting extra block chance per Avenger ally, but realistically, that's only going to be Falcon. And actually, I'm not entirely sure. Is Falcon even in Avengers? Yeah, okay, he is. I wasn't sure. I had to double check that. And finally on this list is Winter Soldier. Now, I have him as a skirmisher. You could have him as a raider, but that's only because that he does single target damage, so it's really entirely up to you what you want to do here. But again, not a character you really want to invest T4s in. I don't think he really has anything that's super important. Even his ultimate doesn't really have huge numbers. Not really someone that you need to invest T4s in. So if you're going to invest in anyone, it's probably going to be Baron Zemo, because he is one of the best of these 4 characters. Now, I'm sitting at Gear Tier 10, so I have a little bit more wiggle room, and I have a lucky 6 res star pull. So who knows, maybe I might invest a little bit more into him if I need it to clear this event, at least for the hard mode version or the level 75 version of this event. So yeah, I don't know if what I have is going to be enough. You know, I have 65k, almost 70, so this is what, just rough math. 320k or something like that combined with the 4 characters. We'll have to see when the event goes live. You know, how long is the event? B, what are the true rewards if what we're seeing isn't the true rewards, because it seems a bit weird, and how the event is going to work out fully. But I did want to bring to your attention, A, the characters that you're going to need to use for this, and B, the kind of enemies that you're going to be coming up against in these levels, because especially the last one looks really, really rough. So I'm just going to leave things there for you guys, and I hope that some of this helps and get you prepared, I can't speak, for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier event, which will likely be coming pretty soon. So if you don't have these characters leveled up and you want to kind of compete for that third level, that hard mode level that looks really tough, then you're going to need to put some more gear, money, investment into these 4 characters probably. So that's the end of this video, guys, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Boylan signing out.